want to get into this because we've been talking a lot of boxing lately on this show, and you can go back on the YouTube channel and see some videos that we've done that are catching some fire. Absolutely fire out there. So you know what? Check all of those out. And this week was no exception. There was some good fights. There were some really good fights. Unfortunately, it all came from people that you wouldn't think fights are going to happen. You're going to see a theme going on this week that the women showed up and showed out this week. Misfits Boxing, owned by KSI. Everybody knows about it. It's, you know, where these YouTubers and influencers and a TikTok person can take on an Instagram person and whatever the case may be. And we got to see this whole thing headlined because, like I said earlier, Bradie, the girls showed up and showed out. And most of the fights on this card were women. And the whole thing was headlined by one Elle Brooke, huge TikTok influencer, or I mean, maybe you've also seen her on other websites that are out there, not just OnlyFans, because OnlyFans, you know, is a big sponsor of Misfits Boxing, but I'm talking about, the stuff that you look for in your pool, that certain kind of balance, that pH balance, that's the kind of website that you're going to find her on. And she does not care who sees it. Good for her. And who does she take on? Former MMA star, now turned OnlyFans content creator. I mean, clearly the person bringing all of the money into that household, one Miss Paige Van Zandt.
What a beautiful creature Paige Van Zandt used to be.
Well, I mean, she's still a very lovely creature, Bradie. Don't say that.
Well, no. She's very lovely. I just haven't a finishing title for her outside of creature.
Oh, well, yes, there you go. But I mean, listen, now, if I were just to say to you, TikTok influencer versus MMA star in a boxing match, who wins?
Oh, I know who wins. I'll put money down on it right now. TikTok star, apparently. What? We're in a really weird world right now where a TikTok star is outperforming an MMA star in a combat sports event.
Not only outperformed her, dude, dropped her on her sweet little ass.
Did you say on horror sweets?
What?
What?
Who would say that?
Did you? Oh, thank God we're not on TSN Radio. Shouts out to the boys at TSN Radio. Go check out a Sunday night's main event. Real quick plug. But yeah, you would never think that a TikTok star would be dropping a former, potential MMA champion, like contender. Yeah. She was a contender at one point.
Yeah, but this is the world that we live in now, where she's not just a TikTok star. This is the thing. The word is so gross, influencer, because who are you influencing? It's nobody. What you should be called is like person we stare at to make time go by.
Well, no, they are influencing people to sign up to their OnlyFans or their MC Square sites or whatever you're talking about here. But okay. Yeah, but you're right. Influence. It's kind of. I thought that was a negative term at one point.
Yeah, well, only if it's negative influence. Like I always got told by my mom, your friends are bad influence.
I always got told by my mom that I was the bad influence.
Well, see, there you go. Maybe our moms were talking. Who knows?
Wait, you're like fucking 75 years older than I am.
Okay, 72 if a day. Listen, Elle Brooke has actually had more boxing matches than Paige Van Zandt.
No.
That's the reality of it. This is the first boxing fight for Paige Van Zandt. Elle Brooks had like 3 or 4 of them or something like that. And she came out and she has skills. She hits the gym. She puts in the work. She laid Paige Van Zandt out with a nice little just step to the side. Not even a full extension, just caught her right on the button and said, have a seat, toots.
So it was very much like the Francis Ngannou Tyson, an unexpected dropping.
Now, here's the part that I don't like about this is that the whole thing, spoiler alert, ends in a draw. Okay. It shouldn't have ended in a draw. Elle Brooke won that fight but it ends in a draw. And before anybody can say anything, as soon as they start talking to the girls, they're like, "Oh yeah, it already. I think we've already agreed that there's going to be the rematch in like Saudi Arabia or Dubai or something like that for like all of the money in the world." This is what makes me think again, boxing, what a work. I
It
don't
is the work.
expecting Paige Van Zant to take a seat in that. I think that the draw score may have, let's say we live in that world, may have already been turned in before the fight even started because the rematch is what makes sense. So as long as these girls just went out there and made it competitive sparring match, cool.
Now, with you saying that though, that's what you would expect out of an event like this, which is considered amateur, but it's pro, but it's amateur, right? It's being done by people that are not professional promoters in the boxing world or combat sports world, like longevity's sake, anyway.
Sure.
They've done a few events now. They've been successful, but these are not people that would normally be in a big event and would be put in a main event position in a boxing fight with a promotion behind them. So, like, are these just mistakes that, like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, is this because you, like I said, you would expect this to happen with these little amateur things, but unfortunately, this is translating to the entire world of boxing.
Well, listen, it happens across the board. This is what it comes down to when we talk about the scoring inside of boxing.
Okay,
It's so out of the realm of reality
it's
that
not.
you don't even know what's happening anymore.
No,
The world of boxing is like the Wizard of Oz and pro wrestling. The curtain is still pulled very, very much, and you don't want to look back there because back there is a scene of ugliness in boxing right now with all of the different allegations, with all of the different scandals with judging, with refereeing, with fighters. It's crazy. It's up and down. I don't know what's going on, but I'm here for some of the fights because we've seen some fantastic boxing cards lately.
it'd be interesting if we are Steve Swift's rambling review of the business of boxing this week, if he's going to actually talk about Misfits Boxing or if he's going to move right on and talk about, some actual professionals. But speaking of a professional that's acting very unprofessional,
Mm,
Ryan
yeah,
Garcia's drug test came back, man.
it looks like his Plan B test came back, and it didn't work out so well for him. Ryan Garcia has now tested positive, according to the testing people, VADA, um, on his A test and his B test for Ostarine, a banned substance. And now he's trying to say that the whole thing is a setup and that he's going to walk away from boxing. And he may not have a choice but to walk away from boxing because he could be looking at a permanent suspension on this one. They could be looking to make an example out of Ryan Garcia. And then you have to ask yourself the question because we live in this world, Bradie, where it wasn't too long ago when we were dealing with, a pandemic in the world and everybody was polarized. Everybody was so polarized to one side or the other. And this is the same kind of thing that's happening right now in the world of boxing because you've got a bunch of people that are saying, throw the book at him, get him out of boxing. He doesn't deserve to be in our sport. And that's just coming from Devin Haney's camp. And then you've got a bunch of people saying, oh, he's being set up. This is all a scam. It's a falsified test. And they're just trying to make him look bad and smear Ryan Garcia's win over Devin Haney. And that's just coming from, Ryan Garcia himself. Listen, at the end of the day, there needs to be a lot more culpability and accountability inside of the world of boxing. What do you think? Do you think that Ryan Garcia tested positive because he knew he was taking this stuff and was just going to come out the other end of it with this like deny, like he was a dude that got caught cheating on Ashley Madison website and he knew that he had to take it to his grave. So he said, I'm going to deny this till I can't deny it no more.
I think
Knowing,
Ryan. I think Ryan just was cheating and he got caught.
knowing the millions and millions of dollars you stand to lose because he's far too young to be retiring from anything.
Well,
He
it
could retire from the world of
depends.
professional boxing, but then
Yeah.
what's he going to do? Because he's still just a young dude.
How much money do you think he's made, and how much money do you think he currently kept? Like, what do you think his estimated worth is right now? Cash,
What's
liquid.
sitting in his bank account?
What's liquid? Yeah.
20 million.
Well, he could fucking retire right now and never do anything the rest of his life if he's smart.
Do you think that? Oh, wait, sorry. What was that last part of that statement, Bradie?
Said if he was smart.
Do we think that is a thing?
I've never put Ryan Garcia and the word smart in the same sentence outside of that sentence right there.
And this sentence explaining it. Yeah, this is the thing. Because we still got to remember at the end of the day, like a lot of athletes, a lot of these young in their 20s, super young, super rich athletes with nothing but spare time on their hands and all of this money to do whatever they want. We've seen it time and time again about what happens, even inside of the world of boxing. Look at Adrian Broner. This guy was supposed to be the next Floyd Mayweather and just fell off the face of the planet with problems. These guys need handlers, proper handlers, not just guys that are yes men that'll be like, yeah, no, I'm going to keep you on the straight and narrow, which means that you're not getting an extra order of custard during cut week. Piss off.
It happens to the best of us. I've been known to blow a couple million.
Boys.
Wait, what? All right.
Anyways, this is what I'm saying to you, Bradie. If you're going to be that young, that silly, and just have a blatant disregard for everything, then at least at some point, just man up. If you're not getting back into the game of it, just be like, you know what? Yeah, I did it. And I whooped his ass. See ya. Deuces. I'm out. Why not? What has he got to lose? If you say he's got enough money to retire right now,
yeah,
and he doesn't need the world of boxing anymore,
no,
then why not just be like, hey, guess what? Yeah, not only did I take those steroids, not only did I do all of that, I fucking snorted 3 lines and smoked a joint before I went out and fought. You might as well lean into it, brother.
Yeah, well, no, yeah, okay. So who's that guy from golfing? Who's I'm not a PGA guy, but who's the
Sean
dude
Taylor.
there? You know exactly who I was talking about without even having to explain anything. He can become that guy of boxing.
But I don't think it's this that boxing has the same kind of events going around.
Wait, Tommy Morrison tried. That worked. Oh, yeah.
Ooh, that didn't work out so well for Tommy Gunn. Not so well at all. Right? So listen, if I was in the camp of Ryan Garcia, I would tell him straight up, if you did it and they're going to burn you and they're going to bury you for it, lean into it, brother. Lean into it. The sting is only going to be there for so long. It's going to go away. The court of public opinion doesn't give a shit in a couple of months because all you got to do is come out and do something good. Remember, this is a world we live in right now, ladies and gentlemen, where we're talking about Jake Paul getting in the ring with a 57-year-old convicted felon. And we're cheering for the convicted felon, ladies and gentlemen.
All right.
So anything can happen.
On that note, let's take a quick break. But the world of boxing never seems to amaze me, and I don't think we'll be seeing anything normal out of the world of boxing in the rest of the year. I think we've got a long year ahead of us in the world of boxing.
Yeah, we do.